The first 3 episodes of The Changeling recently hit Apple TV, and it's safe to say that it was a confusing yet interesting watch. We saw the slow demise of Apollo and the life that he wanted to give his partner Emma and newborn child Brian, yet the cutting of the string around Emma's wrist is something that's most definitely come back to haunt him, with us hearing that Emma had 3 wishes that were going to be carried out when the string fell off. We heard 2 of the 3, but the third was never revealed to us, so I thought I'd break down and explain what I think that wish is and how it connects to all of the dark occurrences that we've witnessed happening. So let's get into it. Here is what Emma's third wish is in The Changeling. Just to let you know, this video will contain spoilers from the book when it comes to the third wish, as I don't want to be the guy responsible for spoiling it. The wishes. We saw that when Emma was in Brazil, she went to a lagoon in which she was forbidden to go inside of, and when she got there, she met an old lady who was sitting down by the stream. She said that Emma had to make 3 wishes before the knots were tied around her wrist, for now, for after, and for beyond. The final thing that she said to Emma was don't cut, and that she should wait for it to fall off, and once it does that, then all 3 of those wishes would come true. However, once she was back in the United States, we saw Apollo cut it in a restaurant, and once he did, there was a moment where we saw the woman by the stream almost feel it and sense the fact that it had been cut off, and she said after translating it, it started, knowing full well what was going to be unfolding. Hence the sinister look that was in her eyes. The first of Emma's 3 wishes that she had was that she wished to have a loving husband. This was something that we saw that she got when she met Apollo, even before she went to Brazil, declining offers on dates from him even after he asked about 6 times. But the fact that he was there waiting for her at the airport all of those months later when she did finally return marked the completion of that first wish. Plus, we also saw them get married. And that's something that I think ties into the for now part that was spoken, as it was in the present day. The second wish that Emma had was that she wished for a healthy child. This was something that we did also see happen in the show at the end of the first episode. We saw that despite giving birth on the subway, with all of the odds stacked against them, such as the power outage, the group that were causing noise, them not being able to get the emergency services down there, as well as going against the plans that they had for Brian's birth, Emma gave birth to Brian, who at least for the most part she believed to be healthy. This is something that I feel tied into the for after part which was spoken when the string was tied. Then the third and final wish that she had, and the one which we were left in the dark about when it came to the understanding of it, was one that tied back to many different things that were said in the first couple of episodes. And also the approach was something that was also hinted towards. This was by the lady near the river and also by Apollo. Be careful what you wish for, Emma, something which she was told, and we've also heard the narrator mention too. And this is why this third wish was what ultimately caused the devastating fate for Brian, and also for the events of what unfolded in the rest of those episodes to happen. The third wish was not as set in stone, and it wasn't as direct as the first 2. It was instead as vague as I wish for an adventurous life that's essentially full of excitement, something which isn't direct and can be perceived in many different ways. It's subjective rather than objective. A good husband means one thing, a healthy child means one thing too. However, a life full of excitement and adventure is something that can be interpreted in many different ways, and could even include negativity. We were hinted towards it when Emma's friends sat around the dinner table and tried to inform Apollo what it was without telling her. She said when she was in Norway she got up to a lot of adventurous stuff, and the thing that she did was pose for an explicit photo, and when she looked into the lens of the camera she looked like a sorceress. Almost as if she was destined to do the adventurous thing and fulfill parts of that wish, like it was out of her control. And this is why I think this one ties into the beyond section of the wishes that was mentioned to Emma, because she's truly gone beyond into a world that seems to coincide with reality, and could be connected to the so-called fairies that may have taken Brian and replaced him with one of their own. There has to be a reason as to why Emma just upped and vanished without a trace. And that's most likely why. Because she's now gone beyond into another realm and is set to lead that life that's going to contain adventure and excitement. Maybe this is even the place where Apollo's father went, and why the different coloured mist is often present when he's there. His father may have tried to take him one time but was stopped, so maybe Apollo could have even found himself somewhere different if he had have gone on that day. We know that Emma enjoyed that type of adventurous lifestyle and got thrills out of it because of the travel that she was doing before, and also the disregarding of the rules that were originally in place when she went to Brazil when she was told to not enter the lagoon. So the vagueness of her third wish being adventure, it's something that's most likely coming back to get her. All throughout the first couple of episodes of the show, whenever the two main characters would be on the street, we'd see missing posters of children that were plastered all on lampposts and on windows. And with the woman in the support group also mentioning that she was experiencing the same type of thing that Emma was going through with the disappearing photos, and that the wise ones, also known as witches, were helping her, this must be something that's happening to a lot of residents in the area. And maybe because of the fact that the string was cut off prematurely and it didn't happen naturally, it's caused it to have a negative effect rather than a positive, meaning it's taken the route of causing trouble and discomfort when it comes to adventure. Plus it made her lose Brian, and also her husband, Wish 1 and Wish 2, showing that she could have had a taste of what it would be like for those wishes to come true, but the third one is the one that will take it all away. So that third wish is one that has proved to be extremely important, hence why we've not quite heard it in the show yet. The meaning of the title and the clues connecting it. We've seen the importance of fairies being shown to us in the first 3 episodes of the show, mainly from the book that Apollo was supposed to have read to him by his father when he was younger, and also the one that he wanted to read Brian, which was titled To the Waters and the Wild. One of the opening lines in the book is, "A baby is a dream made real, but dreams are the fairy's favourite meal." This is something which ties into the meaning behind the entire name of the title of the show. The definition of the word changeling is a child believed to have been secretly substituted by fairies for the parent's real child in infancy. This could be why it is that we saw Emma saying that Brian was not a baby, and also why that random man on the street said the same thing as well, because that could be the very thing that happened. The fairies may well have substituted Brian with one of their own, and nobody else could really see it, only a select few. Something which ties back to the title of the show, the meaning of the show, and also the fact that there were witches, fairies, and supernatural folklore creatures that may be set to appear as the show goes on. So, there you have it. What is Emma's third wish in The Changeling? I didn't get the chance to cover the first 3 episodes of the show when they came out last week, but I will be covering the remainder of the season. It clashed with another show that I was doing at the time, so be sure to come back for weekly breakdowns on it. If you want to see more videos such as endings explained, theories and predictions, and character breakdowns, then click on the I button, or alternatively you can head over to my channel where you'll find them all. If you'd like to give me a show or movie that you'd like me to review, then head over to my Twitter @brainpilot_, and tweet me what show or movie you'd like me to review next. And finally, if you'd like to see what I rate the latest movies that don't quite make the cut to getting a dedicated video, then head over to my Letterboxd profile. It's where I rate the latest releases in real time. What did you think of those first few episodes? Leave a comment down below, and don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you next time.